Oh, that was a very long time. I started playing music when I was about 15 years old. It was a little bit late, but I started to play percussion. I liked very much percussion, and I played in Egypt. I played first of all. I played with a group of my faculty of engineering, and then I played with a group of the University of Alexandria, and then I played for the radio of Alexandria, and I continue playing in Egypt, and finally I left Egypt when I finished my studies. I had to choose between being engineer or musician, and I chose to be a musician. So I left my work as an engineer, and I started to play only music. I left it to France, and in France, I met a lot of musicians there. One of them was Zakir Hussein, and I met a lot of other musicians, and I was one of the founders of Ensemble Al-Kindi in Paris in 1984. The inspiration, it started first from the family, of course, because they like music, but there was no musician in the family. Only my big brother, he started to be a singer, but he's very amateur. It's not professional. He was only for enjoying this. So he was the first one who put me on the stage. I was 12 years old, and I was not musician. First I was a choir, but from this moment I started to be in contact with the stage, with the theater, and after I discovered the percussion, and I was really inspired by the percussion. I started to play percussion, all kind of percussion, oriental percussions, darbuka, daf, or bandir, and riqq. That's my favorite instrument. It's the best one. It's the most difficult instrument, but it's the most beautiful one. You know, I live now in Paris for about 40 years. So in 40 years, I played with hundreds of musicians. You know, the best one, the most one, it was with Al-Kindi ensemble for the traditional Oriental music, and then I played with Zakir Hussein, the master of percussion, Indian percussion, and I played even with Jean-Michel Jarre, if you know him, the big musician, composer, and his father, he was a big composer. I played with him. We have mega concerts in Tour Eiffel, and with about 1 million or 2 million people in the streets listening to our music. It was very good for me. I remember this all my life. First of all, I must feel the music. Really, I must live the music. I live the music inside me, you know, and it's my life. So I feel the music, and I try to transfer this to the audience. So I am completely inside. I am inspired on the stage. Many times I close my eyes and I am not here. I am somewhere else, but my ears are open, and I try to really, we call it translate. I translate every note of music on my instrument. You know, in my instrument, there is no like piano. There is a touch, white ones and black one. You hit here, and you know what is this. Here you must find the notes. Look for the notes on the skin. It's the same skin, but you can have a lot of notes on this piece of skin. That's the most difficult thing in this instrument. It's very little one, but there is all the notes of any piano or any other instrument. Yeah, I have always concerts, and I have concert 3 days in Palermo with Al-Kindi ensemble. And then the 25th, I'm going to play again with Tarek in Lyon, in Paris, in France. And we have tours always. We are playing now. We are preparing our new CD, a new one with a lot of rhythms and cycles. Many cycles are forgotten, and nobody uses this now in the traditional, coming from the traditional music, but in the new music we don't know. And normally when we play on the stage, we are inspired by the public, by the audience, because when we play, it's very different between recording in the studio and play on the stage. On the stage is live, and the audience are here, and we have the reflex of the audience when they hear our music that makes us give more and more for the stage and for the public, to please all this public. And it's wonderful, the contact between the audience and the artist is priceless.